What's up YouTube? My mic wasn't turned on for the first clip that I filmed, but this is me saying that we are headed into day 1 of the LA Pet Fair, that we're going to prioritize seeing the reptiles first, that I'm with Alyssa's lizards, I'm next to the chameleon, something something. Let's go check it out. Alright, we're going in. First impressions. This place is massive. So excited.
Have it set up so he can escape the light if he wants to.
Look at this little crested gecko. I'm a sucker for a red crested gecko. Also, we've got David from Tiki's Geckos.
So that's a cool thing about them. They eat a powdered dye that you mix with water, and it makes like a fruit paste. And that's the main diet, and then
you... First impressions of the show so far.
It's massive. We don't even know where to begin. Where do we even start? We've met like 3 or 4 people that we know already, which is like insane because we've been here for 5 minutes.
And I see chameleon, so I'll be right back. It's not a reptile expo unless you have ball pythons. Look at some of the prices of these. $1,100 for Mojave Stranger, stunning snake. This is a wild type for all my wild type podcast listeners. And they've got some clowns down here. I'm a sucker for pieds. These are gorgeous. Coming with the price tags.
So Mandarin clowns. Mandarin is has a super form, so the super Mandarin. Justin just did a video just this week, kind of showing off the super Mandarin and Mandarins without hypo. Hypo's the key to like making them brilliantly orange. And so if this had hypo in it, it would be you know, just neon almost. And if it was a super, it would be even more so. So price-wise, you know, that's what kind of drives it, is there's not a ton of people working with it, and it takes kind of a long time to get to that, you know, perfect animal. So, yeah.
Okay, it cracks me up when people ask me for advice for their Cuban false chameleon, because the only thing they have in common is the name chameleon. These little boogers are micro geckos. Look how stunning these are. They are itty bitty.
I love your setup.
Like this is my finger.
Thanks.
Look how tiny. What is your favorite micro gecko species to raise?
I like the ashy geckos, Spherodactylus elegans, because they hatch out super bright orange, black and white stripes, and then as they age, they kind of, well, these are adults, they turn into this really cool, more yellowish color with spots and lines, and then when you hatch them again from the adults, you get those really cool babies again. So actually this female has an egg in her, and you can see it's taking up most of her body right there, and the babies hatch out. Well, I sold all the babies I had, but they hatch out about this size, and they, instead of that, they have a bright orange tail with the black and white stripes, and they're just really fun to raise because they have good personality, and I think that's my answer for which ones I like to raise the most.
So this is a Borneo earless monitor. These guys are like so rare to find. A, captive bred, but also just in general, they're incredibly hard to find. and they are just one of the coolest species. They're semi-aquatic. They might even be fully aquatic. I'm not 100% sure. They're definitely semi, but they are, I've never even seen one in person. I'm like so excited.
How quickly I squealed when I saw these. Oh my gosh, guys, look. Red-eye croc skinks. Basically a mini dragon. We love meeting you guys. Meeting you guys and talking to you is like one of our absolute favorite things to do.
So this is a dragon snake. I cannot remember the exact species name for it. I'll look it up later, but these guys are crazy. They're incredibly hard to keep because I don't know if they're 100% aquatic, but they're at least incredibly semi-aquatic. And they pretty much strictly eat fish and things like that. I mean, they're such a rare species. They're almost always wild caught, but this is just an insane species to find.
Okay guys, directly in front of us is the one and only camouflage booth, and I remember when I was first getting into chameleons watching one of their expo videos from a Reptile Super Show of the camouflage booth, and like this is just a full circle moment. I'm so excited. I was telling the vlog earlier that one of my very first chameleon videos I watched on YouTube was like a vlog of this show. And then seeing your guys' booth in it, and then it's like years later, it's like a full circle moment.
So cool. I have to see that. That's like history.
Okay, buddy.
Oh,
he doesn't like my watch very much.
No, he doesn't like that.
Okay, buddy, I'll get him away from you. Don't worry.
all right. What's your favorite panther chameleon locale?
Oh, that's such a tough question.
I know.
I like them all so much. Amblobes are so cool because there's such a variety. So
One of my personal favorites.
exactly, because it's like that, and it's almost like cheating because that gives you like 17 different looks in one locale. So if I don't want to cheat so much, I would say maybe no se bears, because there's something about a solid blue chameleon that is just like, I don't know what it does to you. It just melts your heart. They look ridiculous.
Agreed. Yeah.
They're so cute. They're so cute every time. So maybe I'll go with that. No se bear.
From Tarantula Cribs, I want to ask you if you could recommend a first-time species for anyone trying to get into tarantulas, what would you recommend?
That's a great question. So the Grammostola genus is great. You have the Grammostola pulchra, which they call the black lab of tarantulas. It's super gentle, super calm, has this amazing black velvety color. I'd definitely go with that. That's my choice. But if you don't want to do that, the green bottle blue or the Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, another great species. It webs up. It's a great eater. Definitely one of those two.
Right. This guy knows his stuff, so appreciate it.
Awesome. Nice.
Okay, we're a few hours in. We need a lunch break.
I'm starving.
We just got done at the camouflage booth. Meeting the cameras was like one of the highlights for sure, and we still have a lot of hours to go, so
It was so special to get to meet them.
yeah. All right, let's get some food. Okay, we are back from lunch. We are fed, we are refreshed, we are feeling good, so let's go again. I love turtles. Turtles and tortoises. If I didn't keep chameleons, it'd be a turtle or a tortoise. So these are the Mexican beaded lizards. If you guys watched the podcast episode we did on venomous species, then you heard us talk about these. Bliss's Lizards is currently fangirling so hard. I don't think we've ever actually seen these in person. And this is a full-grown adult. Look how big this guy is. Or girl, I don't know. It's crazy to be this close. Oh, those nails, man. Stunning. Skinks are one of Bliss's dream species. I got a tongue lick. I got a little tongue lick. So as soon as we saw it, I knew we were gonna be here for a good chunk of time. I just got done talking to the person who sells chameleon eggs all the time on the internet in person, and it's hard when you are constantly surrounding yourself by people who have good intentions and are trying to better the hobby and help the animals and do right by the animals and do right by the keepers, to come across people who maybe don't have that same intention. And I just have to remind myself that I can only control what I can control, that the reason why I do what I do is to help people, is to help chameleons, and is to save chameleons' lives. And I can do that through education, by being positive and having good intentions behind the content that I make. I will not be in support of selling reptile eggs. I think having a hatchling chameleon is much more challenging than a well-established chameleon, and to hear that some people are doing things for profit and not for what is best for the animal or best for the keeper for long-term longevity is really frustrating and can be discouraging. But again, that's why I'm trying to remind myself that what is my why, what is my purpose, why do I do the things that I do, and it is to help chameleons and to help people, so I will continue doing that. All right, we've got Mason and Jordan. They're big on TikTok, so if you haven't followed them, guys, be sure to do that. The question I'm going to ask you guys, if you could be any reptile species, what species would you be?
I have two answers. Monitors are my favorite, so maybe a lace monitor, but the other answer is a Galapagos tortoise because they can live over 200 years. So
that's a good choice.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Jordan, your turn.
All right, mine is either a Western hognose or Texas horned lizard. It's between the two.
Those are good choices too. David from Tiki's Geckos. So if you could only breed one reptile species for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's a hard question to ask, but I would honestly go with tegus. And
really?
Yes, I love tegus. I can't keep them anymore in Florida, but as far as pet goes and size and impressiveness, they're like the top for me.
All right.
Because they're just the colors, patterns, everything. They're the best.
Surprised it's not a gecko.
Yeah, I know, trust me. You said one, so I have to pick one.
Yeah.
If I could only have one pet reptile, it'd be a tegu.
All right, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been here for many, many hours.
We're exhausted.
many hours at this point. I think we need a little sweet treat, and then I
need some Dole Whip.
We can decompress and reflect on how the day's been, because it's just been a lot in like the best way possible.
Yes.
Okay, so we got our snow cones. Cheers.
Treat time.
What was it? The Dole Whip. Oh, the Dole Whip place was closed, so we'll have to get that tomorrow.
Dole Whip is my kryptonite.
So very excited. We are completely exhausted. I will say meeting all of you guys was like,
I'll cry. I'll literally cry.
One of my favorite things. So I'll add in clips right here of adorable pictures and videos of all of us, but that was seriously like some of the best.
Truly the highlight was meeting all of our reptile girlies and just seeing how many people love reptiles, and I just, I'll cry.
And knowing that like we had some part, no matter how small of a part in that, is just like incredibly special.
I'll cry. I can't.
So day 1 is a wrap. We will be back for day 2. We're gonna try and hit the bird, fish, plant section. The reptile spot was huge though.
Excited for the aquatic section.
Yeah, we love fish too. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Cheers.
All right guys, we are at Pomona day 2. I've got Lissa's lizards.
Hey.
Of course, dynamic duo. Very excited. So today we're gonna try and prioritize going to the bird and aquatics and fish section. Yesterday was just reptiles, so today we're gonna try and hit everything else. We'll probably still go to the reptile section, but we're gonna try and see some cool stuff today. So here we go. These are my kryptonite. Every show I go to, baby sulcata tortoises. They get massive, they live forever, and every species I could actually own, but just how could you not? All right, we just got done chatting with Epic Style LLC. Stunning Leachianus geckos. So now we're gonna head over to the bird and fish stuff and see what we can find there. Okay, first impressions. This is definitely smaller, noisier, and maybe a little smellier than the reptile booth. Had a bird fly at me and I definitely freaked out, so very much outside my comfort zone. This has confirmed what I already knew, and that I am not a bird person. I think they're cool, but like one flew at me, I kind of freaked out. And the lady was like, oh, you can pet this macaw, and I like, the beaks, the talons is not for me. Okay, it's a little loud, but we're done with birds, so now it's on to fish. I love clownfish. Like if I were to do a saltwater tank, it would definitely be a clownfish tank. Okay, so these are corals. I learned at the other aquarium show I was at that the little circle bases on these, my nails look cool, are called frags. It's a little base for the corals to sit on before you transfer them to your tank. Okay, slight change of plans. We got in through like a couple booths at the fish aqua part of it and decided we were hungry. So starving. So we're taking a quick lunch break. We got these like ramen tacos
and birria. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. Birria egg rolls.
Yeah, this is like novelty fair food, so we had to do it. So we're gonna dig in, then we'll get back inside. I got an ice cream cone. I'm so excited. Okay, so we've had lunch, so we are back in the fish area. It's just warehouse after warehouse of tons of stuff. So let's do it. bet you might recognize this guy from Tanked, one of my favorite shows. So if you had one piece of advice for someone wanting to get into aquatics, what would it be?
So my one piece of advice would be, I always tell people, patience, right? Patience is key with fish keeping. You get excited, you buy a new aquarium, you rush out, the water's looking pristine, and then you go out and you're like, oh my God, I want to fill this tank with so many fish, and you don't have any patience, and you fill it up with fish, and then the tank crashes, and then all of a sudden you lose a lot of fish, and you're miserable, and then you're frustrated with the hobby, right?
Yeah.
So I always tell beginners, the key to being successful in fish keeping is twofold, right? One, patience. Two, water quality. Water quality is ultra important in fish keeping. It's more important in saltwater than freshwater because the temperament of saltwater fish is a lot less than it is in freshwater. Freshwater fish are hardier than saltwater. So I always tell people, start off with freshwater, get your feet wet, learn it, get you to become an expert at it, and then at that point move over to saltwater.
Thank you so much.
It's
really
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
You got it.
Okay, what did you think of the fish stuff?
It was great. I mean, there were a lot of great fish stuff. We got to talk to PNW bettas.
However you say it.
She's like literally the sweetest human. So we had so much fun getting to chat with her at her booth. And
that was my first time seeing koi and goldfish. Like there's a lot of freshwater stuff. Whereas other fish show we've been to have been like not exclusively, but like mostly saltwater stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But other than that, I mean, it was awesome. We saw some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the reptiles. So to wrap up the day, we both got snow cones for a second time.
Only because they were out of Dole Whip. Or
Again,
like closed.
They closed early.
Again. I'm so sad.
Well, that's going to be a wrap, guys, on our very first Reptile Super Show in Pomona, California, paired with the LA Pet Fair. What are your overall impressions?
It was insane in like the best way possible. It was truly one of the most diverse shows I've ever been to in terms of species and vendors and everything. I mean, we saw animals that I've never seen at shows before. I saw 2 yellow anacondas, not one.
That was really cool.
That was crazy, and one of them was even granite, which I've never seen before. Mexican beaded lizards. It was crazy.
I really liked seeing all the panther chameleon breeders. Like, we saw a Parsons chameleon breeder. Like, there was just people who are dedicated to species, not just chameleons, but we saw amazing like leopard gecko breeders, ball python breeders. Like,
it was all across the board.
Yeah, some boa breeders. So really, really great show. I think we will definitely be coming back. Had a fabulous time.
This will not be our last Reptile Super Show, LA Pet Fair, that's for sure.
So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below. Feel free to subscribe so when I post a new video, be sure to check out Lissa's Lizards and our podcast, the Wild Type Podcast. Otherwise, I thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.